Hello everyone, my name is Kaz, and this is the first installment to the Tips and Tricks series. And as you can see, I already started off making a map to show you guys everything that's going to happen. It's the DS pack, it's a combination of DS and DS Plus, and basically all I made was just a regular old plane with a little bit of a hill. So the event that you see is just a battle processing. I just picked a random NPC you'll see later. But the main focus of this tips and tricks is going to be transformations. And most noticeable transformations ever are, I gotta say, Goku in the Dragon Ball Z universe, Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, and then God form. I have a character that you'll see why I picked Super Saiyan for him, so we'll jump into that really quick. You'll have a preview of the common events, but we have a character named Haldac, and his class is Dragon. We have Okara, who is the Saiyan. So I'm just going to run through this really quick. So I left all the regular stuff here, the default, 1 through 25, but then I added 3 states. Haldac only has Dragon form, while Okara has 2, Super Saiyan and God Saiyan. Again, you'll see why I put that. I'll go over all this on the side as well after. The majority of everything that's going to happen here is in your common events. So as you can see right here, you can name it anything you want. I put transform on because this is for Haldac. All you got to do is you're going to click in here. You're going to go to conditional branch, then page 2. Click on actor. Make sure the state is inflicted. I already have it set here. So right here, this is saying conditional branch Haldac. If dragon form is inflicted, it's going to change the actor graphic. Going to the state here for dragon form, I don't actually have it auto removal timing, and I'll show you why when I get to the actual gameplay. Quick note though is because it's just on if it's inflicted, the common event only runs if the skill is being used, and you're going to put it on the transformation skill. So unless you're trying to transform when you're, already transformed, you're not going to have that. You could put a revert back to normal skill or, power down skill, which you'll see that Okara has. But for now, this is what Haldac has. It's just if it's inflicted, changes the graphic. Now, we're going to need another one for him, transform off. Now, this is where it gets fun. You can do all kinds of different little things. Haldac, when he turns into a dragon, if he runs out of MP or goes under a certain amount, he turns back. And that's exactly what this is on the screen. It's saying set the control variable. I put it as 1. Variable 1, which I named Dragon Revert, is tied to his MP. So then I'm going to go, okay, conditional branch. If it's less than 20, you can see that it's going to change the state and take off dragon form. And then it's also going to change his graphic back. Now, we're going to jump over to skills. So Haldac has 2 skills, dragon form and fiery breath. And you can see that over here, the common event for transform on is placed in the effects. That's going to activate transform on to change his graphic. Now you need to go back to skills, and we're going to look at fiery breath. This is where the MP comes in. Transform off. Now, Haldac can have 100 moves, and all of them would have this. And if he runs out of NP, he is reverted back to normal form. So that's what this one's saying. Transform off. If it goes below 20, if it's less than or equal to, he's going to take off dragon form, change his graphic back. Okara, he is going to be turned into a Super Saiyan. As you can see, there is a revert to normal, which I said I would go over. This is going to apply the common event, Saiyan on. It's going to add the state. That's just to make sure that it has no chance of failing whatsoever. Now, again, with the dragon form, you might have seen that it recovers HP. Now, I have this because in the states over here, I have that his maximum HP goes up by double. Now, if you do that in battle, it just literally goes up by double, but you still have to heal it. So if you transform and you get more health, you're always going to want to have a recovery. But of course, then you have the attack is doubled, agility is boosted, and the magic attack is boosted, as well as adding the skills. Now for the Super Saiyan, same thing. His max HP goes up, his attack goes up, his agility goes up, his physical damage rating is technically down, so he takes less damage from physical moves. Then you have the added skill of God Saiyan, but you seal the skill, or means that you can't use it, for Super Saiyan. Back to the skills. This one just turns it on, but this revert to normal, it basically removes the God Saiyan state and buffs the luck. So you're like, well, what's that have to do with anything? So your states might become too powerful. So to counteract that, you might want to set in something. As you can see here, he loses 25% of his mana in basically magic or whatever kind of mana source you want to use. He takes it in damage over time. So like Haldac, who loses his form if he goes under the MP because of his skills, you can't really do that with certain states. So basically, once you lose all your, mana resource, you're going to want to have a way to go back. Because otherwise, he's just going to end up as a physical attacker. You might want to use some skills. So this gives you kind of an incentive to turn back. It raises your luck. You can make it, whatever you want. Raises attack, raises, different stat buffs, or maybe another state, really. Maybe like a recovering state. So again, we don't have anything special. It's just for Saiyan, if it's inflicted, turn on the graphic. If God's inflicted, turn on the graphic or change it, and you're going to want to take Super Saiyan off if it has another state before that one, because otherwise they're going to stack. And I made that mistake while testing around with it, and what ended up being like tripling his health tripled what his doubled health was from the Super Saiyan. So it went to like 800 to 900 in the Super Saiyan, and then to 2700 in the God Saiyan, and it actually will overlap for a little bit. So if you get hit, there will be kind of a moment to where you won't take too much damage. So now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to show you what they actually look like. So you see over on the side, we have a few enemies, and on the other side, we have the characters. So right now I'm on Haldac, and I'll show you exactly what scripts I am also working with, because it was a pain to find a side view battle system that allowed for this. I don't know if it was just me, maybe I was doing something wrong, maybe I could have tweaked the scripts. It just took forever. It was like, honestly, almost a day's worth trying to find it. So, jumping in, Haldac's going to use Dragon Form. Then Okara is going to use Super Saiyan. Now watch closely, and you'll know why I picked Super Saiyan. So as you can see, Haldac turned into a freaking dragon. And of course, Okara got the signature yellow hair. Now, Haldac, again, can't turn back unless you set up a skill form or he runs out of mana. So I made a move that's going to put him below 20 that attacks all. And then when he performs that, watch carefully because you'll see the switch. Now for Okara, he doesn't have the mana, unregen, deregen, damage over time. So he has the God Saiyan form now. Let's see why I picked God Saiyan. Takes off the Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan's gone. You saw that he just lost mana, and of course I set it for an amazing amount. And Haldac turns back. Now, You can set the mana regen damage over time to whatever you like. You don't even need it. You can just keep the state. So I'm just going to attack a few enemies here. You can see that he has such a huge health boost now. And something like this can help with boss battles and stuff, and it's going to be really cool to play around with. But if I had any other skills, I wouldn't be able to use them. So I'm going to revert to normal. There goes the state, and now the luck comes in to get boosted. But that's about it. So there you go, guys. I'm going to turn on the script editor to show you guys what I'm running in the way of scripts. I'm going to go all the way down here. And of course, you can't really see. Okay, so obviously I had Yunfly's battle engine going, and then I had Fomar's side view. His was the only one I could find that worked. But of course, the sprites were a little, you know, if you have a battle back and you have a certain kind, you're going to be all over the place. So as you can see, I did modify it a little bit, just the coordinates as to where you are. But those are the two scripts I'm using, and remember, you can do so much with common events. You can do this. There's actually a link that's going to be down below that it leads to a page where I learned a little bit more on how to do this as well. And also I will give you links to both scripts in the description. And if you want to play around with this and like make the skills instant, so that way you can just like instantly turn into a dragon or whatever transformation and just use the skill right after or attack right after, by all means, it works. I already did use the instant, but I didn't want to use it because I wanted to show it all in full effect. And this is kind of what Gooby was supposed to be when his giant form was activated. He was supposed to turn from that little goblin to that, well, you didn't see the sprite yet, but I have an orc sprite coming, and he should have been that. But that's all for today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it's useful. And if you want to use it, again, these are the basically all you need. Conditional branch, change actor graphic, and then for some, if you want to take it off. It's that simple. And otherwise, it's just applying them to the skills you want and going back and forth a little bit. But I think it's pretty cool. And I can't wait to actually add more into my games and projects in the future. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next tips and tricks. Yeah.